Beautiful angel, today a message came through for you, and I know if you are here, there's something you need to know. This is your divine guidance. Not everyone will find this message, not everyone will hear these words. But if you're here, if you did not skip this video and you clicked on this message, it's for you. So this morning I was meditating and I was asking God, I was just keeping my mind open to receive a message. And then almost like the world shifted and it was still dark. And I could see like the waning moon, just a little bit of light through the window. And the message was this: you are not of this earth. You are not of this planet. And it feels sometimes that you are a stranger. It feels like you have a home somewhere. And when you look at the stars at night, you just like you're still waiting for the mothership to come back and pick you up and take you home to a real family. It feels to you like you have another family, another life somewhere. And life on earth sometimes feels like this trip and on a deserted island. Like, I don't know where am I? If I belong, and it's all about survival. It's just about how to survive. But God wanted to remind you that you're still in the human body, but there is something about you that is not human. And you may feel very connected to higher realms. You may feel very connected with angels, with spirits, because you have their energy in you. So why I asked God, looking at the moon, why do we come here? Like, why do people who aren't of this earth, why do they need to be here today? And God responded in a very soft, intuitive way. You are here because you bring some new information. You are a gift to this earth. Through you, something new energy will be manifested here on this planet. That's why you chose this life, you chose this earth. You had many options. As a cosmic being, you had options to be born on so many planets and so many dimensions, but you happen to be here, and you chose to be born through the most difficult path through a human body, through your mother's body, and then growing up, experiencing everything from day one, all of the human emotions, all of the joys, ups and downs. You learned how to take control of your body. And this gives you the first introduction into the physical world. Learn effort. Always, if you fall, there's just a little fly around here. It's a spirit sign. You learned to walk after falling over and over again. And somehow it feels to you like everything here on earth requires constant effort, always trying to get up and do it again, get up and do it again. But it's exhausting. There is now a conscious part of you that says, is there an easy way? I want to enjoy my life. I want to have a really good experience here. There's no way I'm just here to suffer and fail and get up again and miss my family somewhere up there. There must be another way. What is it? God. And God wants to tell you today, things can be so easy for you. So easy if you remember your eternal self, if you remember your cosmic self. Because just like angels, they can be and they can do so much more than just one single human being. You also have these abilities. You also have these gifts in you. And when I'm saying these words, I feel your energy, by the way. I feel how it resonates. It connects to your heart. It connects to, through your heart, it connects to the deeper part, the soul. And soul is your direct link to eternity, life beyond time. And you've lived so many lives in so many different bodies, in so many different dimensions. You witnessed greatest transformations. You watched greatest teachers, civilizations rise and fall. And you may have traveled to other planets. You may have traveled to places that you don't even know exist, but you've been there. You've been there, and you can see them in your dreams. When you close your eyes at night, you get glimpses of these realities, these other places where you lived. This is your soul's journey. Think as a soul. God wants you to go beyond the limitations of your body and start thinking as your cosmic soul. As a soul traveler, you go in and out of bodies, in and out of dimensions. You meet people here on this planet. You're here because there are certain people here on planet Earth that you wanted to be with. You haven't seen them in a while. But now this incarnation seems like a really good chance for you to explore. And you may be still trying to find them. Maybe you travel around the world and randomly or sometimes you meet people and like, I've been here. I've known this. I've known this person somewhere, somehow. And you have known them. You know, in many incarnations, previously, I lived in London, in England. And that was the first time in my life when I actually experienced a memory from a past life that was just so clear. There were moments when I would walk in London nowadays, and I would know exactly what the landscape would look like around the corner. I would even know the writing on the wall. And then sure enough, as I would make a turn, I would see like this really old, rusty kind of like the building, and it has the original words from like a century, 2 centuries ago. It's still kind of, still written on it. And I was like, did I know this? I've walked this path before. I've lived there. And that's when a lot of my spiritual gifts come from, because in London, a couple hundred years ago, the work that I'm doing today was very relevant. And there were so many people who were masters at this exact craft. And I started to learn with them centuries ago. This life is not about learning. I have to tell you, it's not learning for me. It's remembering. So you can remember previous lives here on Earth, but you can also remember previous lives on other planets. If you lived on other planets for some time, this life may be very difficult for you to adjust to. Maybe in the first few, years, maybe a couple of decades, it will take you to really get a handle on this physicality again. And in this crazy world that is changing every day, you may find yourself like, I have to stay connected to some life that had maybe more wisdom. Maybe on another level, you've experienced greater transformations. So you're going to channel the knowledge and wisdom from these other lifetimes into this reality. You can do that. You are a cosmic cell. You are a cosmic traveler. Your soul is eternal. And everyone you meet on this path here on planet Earth is divinely arranged. And every person you meet and you have an emotional connection, you've lived with them in many different other lives. So, and how you know, by the way, it's a really cool way to know if if you feel like connection with someone, look into their eyes. If your eyes lock, if you connect with the eyes of that other person, the information exchange is going to happen. And you may even remember that life and roles that you played in lives. So God wanted me to share this and to help you remember that you are here. This is not a punishment. This is not just a random, sort of abandonment on the part of your other cosmic family from another planet. No. You're here because you wanted to be here, because you wanted to have this exact experience. That's what your soul needed. That's what your soul wanted. You are deeply loved, you're deeply desired, and when life here on planet Earth ends, you realize, like, I can do it 100 more times, no problem, because here on planet Earth, nothing is permanent. And you can create everything you truly want. That was the message.